Hello everybody, welcome to today's video. So today we're going to be doing the unboxing of the brand new Spitfire fighter. Here it is unboxed. If you guys can see, the lighting is a bit shocking, which is not ideal, but it is. You can see it's right here. So we're gonna get this thing out of its box. Now, if you guys do remember from my previous videos, we did have an RC Spitfire that was pretty much identical to this. However, that one broke because the motor blew. So we have had to get a new one, but that is absolutely fine. So we're going to do a full unboxing today, and we will do a maiden flight tomorrow. It does come in quite a nice box with the P51 and an F4U alongside. I'm not 100% sure what the German plate is, however it does come in one of those. Now, it does come with a full manual. It is 3-channel, however obviously it's Christmas in 2 days, and we will be getting a brand new plane. I'm not going to spoil what that plane is, but we're going to do an unboxing video which will come out on Christmas, and probably a live stream as well. Now obviously it does come with a controller. This plane comes completely ready to fly in the packaging. So it does come with, in here, right here you can see the USB cable, the landing gear, and some spare propellers. We're going to put those to one side for a minute. Now I know you can't see my face, which isn't ideal. However, we have now got here, it's got a bit of muck on it, is the controller, or the transmitter, whatever you want to call it. Underneath we have now got the plane, which we're going to get out of the box. Now this is I think it's 380mm RC Spitfire, fresh out the box. Looks absolutely amazing. Beautiful scale details. I'm not sure whether you can get much better than that for such a small plane. Comes with a battery already inside, which I'm going to get out for you guys. I think it just comes with one battery, which is not ideal. I was hoping it would come with 2. However, here's the thing. I have just opened this. I did not realise the last one I had, it had 2 3.7 volt 400 milliamp batteries. Now, I am going to grab the camera here because I need to show you guys in the light. I don't know if you can read that, but this one does come with only one battery. However, instead of 400 milliamps, it's 1,000, which means it can run the entire 40 minutes that it would be in the air for one battery, which is extremely good. Now, as much as it is going to take a long time to charge and it's not as convenient, 1,000 milliamps, that's actually going to last longer than the previous airplane. Now, it does come with the landing gear, which I am going to put on the plane for the maiden flight, because if you know me, I love taking off and landing my RC planes. Now, this is a very, very, very good plane, and it comes, if you guys wanted to get one yourself, this is me holding it in my profile picture. If you guys wanted to get one yourself, these come down at about, depending on what website you get it on, you can get them for about £50, which is not too bad. I am not gonna lie. That's actually pretty good value for money, and you get a decent plane that goes in alright speed as well. Now, I will get this booted up. I'm not sure whether it's got any battery in it, but I will show you the sight and sound of this thing, because I will show you. It comes with a prop, which doesn't provide any power, but it does spin when it's in the air. It also comes with 2 other props, which are on the wings, which provide all the power. It's got this beautiful painted design, which I am going to move the camera in a minute, because the lighting's quite bad. But this beautiful design, beautiful paint, which you can't see at the minute. However, we are going to check the landing gear on now, and I'll move the camera. Now, we're back. We're in much better lighting. So, we've unboxed the plane. Now, as you can see, it has a very, very beautiful colour scheme. Plain on the bottom, but that's okay, because it is a very, very nice plane. With all the looks like scale. It isn't to scale. 380mm. I would recommend for a first plane. Now, this obviously was my first RC plane when I got into the hobby. I would highly recommend this plane to a beginner. As much as you see all the pros, they say, you know, get a big plane. The problem that I have with getting a big plane is, yes, they're a lot more stable in the air and probably easier to control. However, getting a big RC plane as your first plane, if you crash it, it's not going to be as durable as one of these little ones, right? This is made of very, very durable foam. The other one I crashed multiple times, over and over and over again, and it didn't break. It didn't have anything to do with the crashes, because these props, if you do crash face on, right, this will get a little dent in it. But the props are protected. You see, because if you crash face on, like that, these props here, they're completely protected. Like, nothing is going to get to that. And it's beautiful in the air. Look, if I spin that, it spins like that in the air. Absolutely beautiful. If you scale-ish. Lovely. However, it is 3 channels, so it doesn't have a rudder. And it doesn't have, obviously, retracts, because it's a small plane. But what it does have is a elevator on the back, and it is differentiational, I'm not sure how you say it, thrust to make it turn on the propellers. Now, I'm going to put the landing gear on now, so you guys can see what it looks like with landing gear. Now, this plane is, obviously it's the Spitfire. If you're from Britain, the UK, probably one of your favourite planes from World War II. Absolutely lovely. So, I've shown you the beautiful colour scheme. It comes with props that they're just small, they're wide, but they're very durable. So, you just pop them in and they just click in like that. And you've got landing gear there. Now, rear landing gear, you also do have a rear wheel in here. Let me just get this out. This clicks on. It's just a small wheel. Should just click in. That doesn't click in, however, it does sit in there. So it is, you know, a gentle thing. It does just sit in there. So I am going to put a little bit of tape over there just so it stays in, because that won't stay in. We do have there. It comes in with a built-in gyro, which sadly you can't turn off. However, you can probably see where it is. So if you really wanted to, as much as it is a 3-channel plane, you probably could take the gyro out. I can feel the gyro. It's quite a heavy plane. It does look beautiful. However, it does have a built-in gyro that you can't turn off. Now, it also has all these beautiful props that you can replace. Comes with a charger. I'm gonna see, does this, so I need to just quickly grab some batteries. As I was saying, this does come ready to fly. So the only thing that you actually have to provide is 4 AA batteries for the transmitter. That's it. Everything else comes with and in the box. Comes with the plane in the box. Everything else. So it's going to be perfect. The battery should be partially charged. So once I've got these batteries in here, now, that now has power. That now has power. Now what we do need to do now is plug in this 1000 milliamp battery. I have never seen a battery so big into this plane. It is looking, guys, we have managed to get it out. So now we are just going to plug it in, and we are going to show you how this thing works. Ooh. There we go. That is now in. We don't need to close the hatch, but I'm going to try to. Sorry, hang on a minute, guys. It's being a bit funny. The hatch does not want to close. It's getting caught on the battery. Here we go. Right, now we're just going to lay this on the floor. Turn it on. And it instantly turns on now. As you can see, built-in gyro. So you can hear that squeaking. You watch. You see the back? It's trying to level the plane out. So, if I show you from here, we do have elevator. And then steering. Hang on a minute. The steering is just different thrust, and then the throttle is on the transmit. You just put it up, and it goes. Now this should be able to get in the air for at least 30 minutes with the single battery. Hopefully more. Hopefully I can get it into 40 if I don't go full throttle the whole time. So like 50-ish% throttle. Get it in the air, and then the flight video for this will come tomorrow. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and make sure to tune in tomorrow for the full flight video.